This episode is brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. In breaking news, leading scientists worldwide are conducting experiments to determine if Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the perfect combination of peanut butter and chocolate. However, it appears the study was inconclusive, as the scientists couldn't help but eat all the Reese's. Because when you want something sweet, you can't do better than Reese's. Find Reese's now at a store near you.
Host the ultimate backyard barbecue with Whole Foods Market. It's the hot grill summer event through July 16th with sizzling sales on no antibiotics ever boneless beef ribeye steak and beef New York strip steak. Plus, check out sales on sustainable wild-caught Alaska sockeye salmon, organic strawberries, and more. In a hurry? Choose grab-and-go favorites like picnic salads and sushi, plus plenty of cooler-friendly beverages. Make it a hot grill summer at Whole Foods Market.
Hello, everyone. It's time for Vanishing Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. I'm your host, Pete Costanis. This is episode 339, season 14. Today's date is June 15th, 2024, and welcome to the show. It's been a week since I've been here, and I'll explain why. On today's program, I'm going to talk about my memories of listening on the radio with radio disc jockey Yvonne Daniels. She was on several radio stations throughout the years. Also, I'll talk about a topic I've discussed before, but I felt I need to bring it back up again. It's the Chicken Unlimited restaurant that was located on East 111th Street and South Michigan Avenue in the Roseland neighborhood of Chicago. And so this would be kind of nice. Be a nice program. Okay. Before I get started, the program will go into a commercial break. And this program is brought to you by Sunbeam Coffee Master. Oh, master of coffee. I remember this product very well. I really do. And so, let's see. I'm trying to get the information real quick. Okay. So this commercial is from 1970. I think it's around the time where Mr. Coffee was introduced also. Okay. So sit back and relax, and I'll be right back with the show, folks. Thank you.
All these coffee makers look alike. But look closer at the Sunbeam Coffee Master coffee maker. Sunbeam's unique brewing system heats all the water to the correct temperature before brewing. Sunbeam's stainless steel tank makes its coffee pure and clean tasting. Works with or without paper filters. Get your kind of coffee. Get a Sunbeam Coffee Master coffee maker.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Sunbeam Coffee Master. It's like Mr. Coffee, like I mentioned before. Who doesn't like coffee? Other people don't care for it. It could make them jittery. It's expensive. They'd rather go to Starbucks. I'm one of those people. I'm not crazy about Starbucks, but that's okay. But I like fresh perk, in the home. It smells so good in the house. Oh, still have it. Yeah, still have it. And Sunbeam company kind of sort of is still around in a way. You do find appliances in the stores now. They were very prominent in the Chicagoland area years ago. They had a company somewhere on the west side of Chicago, and then they moved to Oak Brook. I remember that. And then they moved away. I think he moved away to Downers Grove, or I don't know, out of state. I have no idea. I'll do some research on that someday. And but they churned out some great products. Yeah, they really did. Blenders, toasters, like that. So that's great. And even Mr. Coffee's still around. And then the spokesperson was Joe DiMaggio. He's no longer around. Sorry. So that's what he's, you know what? He's more famous for that than his entire baseball career. So, isn't that funny? That is so funny, like that. But you know what? I guess they offered him a boatload of money to do this. And believe it or not, he accepted. So good for him. Good for him. Like that. Okay. At the beginning of the program, I mentioned I'm going to talk about the radio disc jockey Yvonne Daniels. I used to listen to her all the time on the radio in Chicago when I was very little, when I was young, very young. Also, I'll talk about the Chicken Unlimited restaurant that was located in the Roseland neighborhood in Chicago. I'll go into full detail about that place. First, I want to talk about a couple things. The reason I chose this again for the Chicken Unlimited, this week is my brother's birthday. He's my younger brother, and there's a picture of him and me and my other brother standing in front of the restaurant. That picture has been circulating on the internet like for many, many years. And also, so that's a nice picture of us. My mother took that picture, but I had no idea who it would turn out so popular, plus the restaurant, of course. But we're still celebrating his birthday. It was yesterday. Well, actually, we started Thursday. We went out to dinner. Friday, we didn't go out but today we will celebrate. For the weekend, we'll have a nice dinner. My mom will cook, and we'll have the birthday cake. So they'll settle that. Because this weekend is a Greek church festival at St. Nicholas in Oaklawn. I intend to go. You know what the funny thing is? Tomorrow it's going to be hot. Today is going to be nice, but I wish I'd rather go today because it's a little more tolerable than the weather. But hopefully tomorrow will be tolerable too. But it's going to be like 91. Some weathermen say 91, 93, 92, 93. It's either 90. But I'm going to go very late, probably, in the evening. So hopefully the temperature will dip, and the sun will like that. So it'll be a little better. But I intend to go. It'd be nice. And we'll see about that. So the birthday celebration continues. I'm very happy. Happy birthday to my brother. And the second thing I want to talk about is something personal. I posted this a few days ago. I think a lot of people they know what's going on. I had a friend. He passed away. He passed away in December. I found that out about a few days ago because I haven't heard from him. This is my friend Bob. He wasn't married, and he traveled a lot, and he would always text me whenever he was free. And he texted me and said, "Pete, do you want to go to lunch?" I said, "Okay." And we did. We went several times, and it was nice. You see, I used to work with him at a company about like 1990, like that. So I rediscovered him, or I found him through LinkedIn, and I recognized his name, and he had his face, and I go, "Whoa, this is Bob," So I reconnected with him, sent him a message. It took about a while, about a week or two, and he contacted me, and he said, "Wow, Pete, I haven't heard from you in a long time. Let's get together." Okay. So we did. I remember the first time we went to lunch, it was at the Omega up in Morton Grove in Niles, like that. It was the first time I saw him, and after all this time, and it was so nice, very nice. And then we continued having lunch, but not all the time. Maybe every few months, because he told me he was traveling and he would like to do that. He loved Greek food. He loved Greek restaurants. And I suggested to him, why don't we go to, he said, yeah, that's some Greek restaurant up in Lincolnwood. And I said, yeah, why don't we try that? Okay. He liked it. Then another suggestion, I said, why don't we go to Greek Islands in Lombard? You know, okay, we'll go there. And we've been going ever since. He loved that place. That was his favorite. It was my favorite too. And we haven't been there since last year. Then I received another text that he was working on his house and he fell and he broke his ribs. Nothing serious. He was fine. And then the last text I received from him is like, I'm still recovering. I had a little COVID, but then something wrong with my lungs. I go, oh my God, are you all right? And he goes, yeah, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. And this was right before Thanksgiving. And then, I've been giving updates to him, sending texts to him about updates about my health, but he didn't respond, and I go, what's going on? Where is he? And this is how I found out when he passed away. This is silly. I found him on the internet that he died. So I saw his obituary and my jaw dropped and I cried for about a few days, because he was a sweet man and he listened to me and he cared about me. We were the same age. Excuse me. So it's hard when you lose someone as a friend like that, even though we haven't seen each other in a long time, but we reacquainted with him, but we kept in touch. Not much, but we did. So I was devastated. I really was. I didn't want to do much posting on Van Chicagoland. I didn't want to do my podcast. I didn't do one this week. It just wasn't up to it. I just not in the mood. But I got better, So I will do this episode in memory of him. So that's sad. It really is. Every time I think of it, I start crying. I just when I found out, also, I had tears in my eyes. I haven't felt like this since my old boss died. When I used to work at American Express, and that was 4 years ago because we were close, and that hurts. It really does. Advice is this: if you have friends, reach out to them, talk to them. Whether it's texting, calling them, or go see them, please do that. Hang out with them as much as you can. Life is short. We try. Hopefully, I'll see a few friends at the festival Sunday, so that'd be great. And just do that. One day they're there, and next day they're gone. That's awful. It really is. Okay. So that's all. Right now, I'm going to talk about Yvonne Daniels. I remember her from listening to the radio on WOLS. And so I'll talk about her biography and her career. And she sounded like a very lovely lady. She really did. She really was. Excuse me. So here we go. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Okay, so Yvonne Daniels was born September 16th. September 16th, 1937. She was not from Chicago. She was from Jacksonville, Florida. And she was a daughter of singer Billy Daniels, and he recorded that old song that old black magic. Oh, that black magic. Everyone remembers that. It's an oldie like that. And yeah, so he sang that. And you know what? He had his own TV show, and he performed on variety shows and all that. So that was interesting, like that. And he passed away in 1988. So Yvonne, she worked at a few radio stations before she moved to Chicago. She worked in Jacksonville, Florida, of course, and then she moved to East St. Louis in the beginning of the 1960s, and then she went to Chicago, and she became she became a co-host of a night show in WCFL. Before that, she worked at a radio station called WYNR, or it's like then it's WGRB, so like that. So she moved around a lot. Anyway, so in 1965 in June, she moved to WCFL. And she was there for about a couple of years. And then she moved to, if you remember the radio station, WSDM, which meant smack dab in the middle. Remember the commercials. And she was part of the station's first all-women radio team. And that lasted about 5 years like that. And so, let's see. And that consisted of all-female DJs, and they were called Den Pals like that. And that included, of course, Yvonne Daniels, Danae Alexander. I remember her from WDAI. I remember that. It was Cody Sweet, Penny Lane, Nancy Plum, and Connie Searson. She was known as Dawn, and Linda Illerby. You remember her from, what was that show? That was like right after David Letterman with the news, like that. And she was known on the air as Hush Puppy. And they played pop-oriented jazz and, like that. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to see that, like photos or posters of that. And so that was a first. It was very interesting like that. Believe it or not, Connie Searson is on Facebook. She's on Twitter. I see her, Yeah, I think I'm friends with her on Facebook. I think I am. And so Yvonne left in 1972, and she went to WLS. And let's see. So, and then she became the first woman disc jockey for that station. And she was there for many years. I think she was overnight most of the time. And then she was hired in WVON in 1982. And she was there for many years. And then it was renamed WGCI. They keep changing call letters, like that. And she was there until and then until 1989, and then she moved to WNUA, the smooth jazz radio station. But she was only there briefly, only for a couple of years, and then she died of breast cancer on June 21st, 1991. I don't know if she was married or not. I have no idea. But, part of the Dearborn Street Bridge was named after her. They named it Yvonne Daniels Way. So if you're downtown in that area, you can go to Dearborn Street. It's probably a whacker. Probably see that street sign dedicated to her like that. Okay. So right now I'm going to play a radio air check from WLS AM 890 AM in Chicago from 1975. And it features Yvonne Daniels, as the disc jockey. Oh, but I listened to that. That was so, it took me back, So when you start listening to it, it's like a wonderful time. And you don't remember all the commercials or like some of the sample songs. It's all, edited like that. So it's kind of cool. like that sort of thing. Okay. So here is a radio error check from 1975 from WLS 890 AM featuring Yvonne Daniels. And when I come back, I'll talk about the Chicken and Unlimited restaurant that was located in Roseland in Chicago. Thank you.
We've got a winner. His name is Rick Rabicki of Chicago, and Rick won a pair of tickets to see James Taylor and Emmylou Harris July 18th. Don't forget tonight it's Joan Baez, Fort Axton, Arlo Guthrie, Washington Park, and Homewood. WLS, where you can win a piece of our $75,000 fleet, coming soon. The single most important thing you can do to make your lawn and garden thrive is to give it the water it needs. So it stands to reason your most important garden tool is a garden hose. And that makes it worth your while to see True Value Hardware Store's wide selection of True Test hose. For instance, True Value Hardware Stores have a True Test 60-foot nylon reinforced vinyl hose made to meet the day-in, day-out wear and tear, providing water for your lawn and garden. Stays strong and flexible in all weather and won't burst, even if it's shut off at the nozzle. The solid brass couplings can't rust. Its inside diameter is 5/8, not 1/2 inch. It's 60, not the usual 50 feet long. And that extra 10 feet can save you the expense of buying an extra hose to reach the distant parts of your yard. True Test 60-foot nylon reinforced vinyl hose, $8.99. This most important of garden tools is just one of the many values at your participating True Value Hardware Store.
There's only one price
list. Make every night a good night with a waterbed from Undercurrent. Yvonne Daniels asking you to help kids of poverty around the world support Project Concern's Walk for Mankind. For info on how you can do that, call them up at 968-9454. Another touch tone in a few minutes. Summer of stars at Washington Park. Got a pair of tickets to see James Taylor, Emmylou Harris in concert Friday the 18th. 15th caller, 591-3045 is going to win them. And we do have a winner. Her name is Mary Kay Arndt. She lives in Chicago. She won a pair of tickets to see James Taylor, Emmylou Harris, July 18th. Don't forget, tonight it's Joan Baez, Fort Axton, Arlo Guthrie at Washington Park, and Homewood. It's going to be cloudy today, chance of storms. Daytime high is 73.57 right now. WLS Music Radio giving away sale goes to some of the people who say they listen to WLS. There are many fine quality stereo hi-fi components in the market today, but the experts say none's really better than Pioneer. Playback features it, and Pioneer offers a wide range of stereo FM/AM receivers to satisfy your needs. One of the new models, SX434, is a good example. It's designed for those who insist on low distortion, but who feel that paying for power they don't need is wasteful. Pioneer SX434 has more than enough power, yet it's priced to appeal to budget-conscious music lovers. Playback considers it one of the year's best buys. Check it out for yourself. Summer's here, and the time is right for rolling down the highway. Norm is ready for you. He's got the greatest selection of vans, sportsmen's, trick vans, and pickups this side of Detroit. Good old 3300 West Grand in Chicago is where they're available. Also, 935 West Dundee Road, Buffalo Grove. Cashback is back at Grand Spalding. $300 back on Coronets and Monacos. $2 back on Darts, Sportsman's, Vans, and pickups. Never a shortage. 1,200 rebate vehicles in stock and ready to roll. So if you're hitting the road or cruising through town, check out the summer sellathon at Mr. Norm's, Grand Spalding Dodge. WLS.
What makes old style a great...
G. Heilemann Brewing Company, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Music Radio, WLS. Mayor Daley's Neighborhood Summer Program is offering free Yoga Today lessons at 13 Park District field houses. Check that out.
Good morning. This is Jan Coleman, WLS News. President Ford is as pleased as punch with the fact that his economic policies have brought the inflation rate down to about 6%. Front 59, the official WLS temperature, 57 degrees. And I'm Jan Coleman.
WLS reminds you the Illinois Right to Life hotline keeps you up to date on current issues. The hotline number is 922-1920.
WLS says a lot for Chicago. The best music all summer long.
WLS Chicago.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the radio air check from 1975 from WLS 889 AM from that Yvonne Daniels was the disc jockey. That takes me back. When I was a little boy listening on my transistor radio, listening to WLS. My favorite memories is with Bob Sirott. Still on the radio, but WGN, but he doesn't play music. So that's a great memory. That's a great memory. And like I said before, she was a very nice lady. She's like that. Yeah. Okay. Right now, I'm going to talk about the Chicken Unlimited restaurant that was located on East 111th Street and South Michigan Avenue in the Roseland neighborhood of Chicago. Like I said before, I talked about the restaurant a long time ago on a podcast. And I explained why in the beginning of the show, why I chose that to discuss again. Okay. So Chicken Unlimited, they opened in late 50s, early 60s, and they were all over the Chicagoland area. And they were very popular, and they tried to rival KFC. And there was also Chicken Delight. I talked about that place. And I never tried Chicken Delight, no. KFC, yeah. Chicken Delight, they were all around, then they went away. And no, I think they're still around, but they're sort of rebranded and elsewhere. Not in Chicago, no. Anyway, so Chicken Unlimited, they were around for much of the 1970s, and they were from the city, the suburbs, north side, south side, west side. They were everywhere, And according to most people, they loved it. They really loved this, and it was delicious. And I concur with them. So my memories of going to that place is that, we lived on a apartment above a shoe store on South Michigan Avenue. My father owned that property. And one day my mom wanted to treat us, and we go there. We went there a few times like that, and she even had some herself. I tried the chicken. They had the hamburgers, not the fish. I don't remember, because when you're a kid, you're not crazy about fish. So, and there are a couple of photos of that place, and it's like there's a Facebook group, with the Roseland neighborhood, and when people saw that, they either worked there, they dined there, and they loved it there. They really did. What's funny about it is like 111th Street in Michigan, it goes down a hill. I remember that. And I remember, like, when I was little, there was like a railing, like a banister, and I used to hang on to it, and it was kind of nice like that. And we used to sit by the window watching. I used to watch the CTA buses go by, like the 34 South Michigan, or the 111th Street bus, and also the South Suburban Safeway bus. You would turn on 111th Street, or they would turn in Michigan. It was those red buses, and it was kind of cool. I love buses when I was a kid. Still do. And so does my brother. He liked that. Anyway, I found the menu of the place, and this is what they had. They had, for example, they had chicken plenty. That's like 3 pieces with french fries, coleslaw, and a hot roll. Chicken enough, it's spelled ENUF. Instead of 3, they had 2. Chicken ample, that's like 8 pieces. Chicken feast was 12 pieces. That's like for the family. Chicken treat is like 18 pieces. So you have company. That's great. They had chicken special for 24 pieces. And, of course, Chicken Unlimited had 30 pieces. Plenty for like a huge party like that. And, of course, the biggest party they had is 100 pieces. Well, I think you had to call in advance to, so they can make it. So that's a lot. So they had the usual parts: breast, leg, thigh, wing, you know. Also, they had shrimp. They served that. Same thing, with the side dishes. They had lake perch. If you like perch, I like perch fish. You know, I have it once in a while. Also, they had a dinner, fillets, sandwiches. They had a jumbo hot dog. Never had a hot dog. No. Also, the other thing was famous was their hamburgers. And the hamburgers was called a Wham Burger. It was 2 burgers with a slice of cheese, lettuce, onion, and a special sauce. That sounds like McDonald's. I don't know what the special sauce was. I think I had it once when I was a kid, and it was pretty good. Also, they had a junior burger. That was a smaller version. They had a grilled cheese. And for dessert, they had a hot apple puff. I never had it, but it sounds good. It really does sound good. Yeah. And so the reason they went out of business, from what I heard, they overdid it. They opened a lot of stores and they couldn't compete, and it's just crazy. So they closed like that, which is a shame. The last one I saw was a couple places. One was like at South Pulaski Road at Marquette Road on the southwest side. I saw the buildings. Also on 79th Street and Cicero, they had the fun thing about this, most of there was also one in 63rd and Kedzie. I have a photo of that. The funny thing about it's the architecture of the buildings that held the restaurants. Most of them are still there. So if you drive around and if you remember the addresses, you would see that it was a Chicken Unlimited restaurant, it was like, triangular like that. So they're still around. They really are. So some have been torn down, which is a shame, but I think the one in, like I mentioned, Pulaski Road, the building's still there. So if you drive by, I think it's like a real estate office, and I recognize the arch, and it's a Chicken Unlimited. Yeah, like that. So that's kind of cool. Right now, I'm going to play a commercial of Chicken Unlimited. This is from 1971, like that. The volume's a little low. If you want to turn it up, you can listen to that. And I remember they did advertise in the early 1970s. I saw that. I saw that chicken on TV. It looks so delicious. It really does. So here's a commercial for Chicken Unlimited from 1971. When I come back, I'm going to wrap up the show. Okay, folks? Okay, thank you.
Host the ultimate backyard barbecue with Whole Foods Market. It's the Hot Grill Summer event through July 16th with sizzling sales on no antibiotics ever boneless beef ribeye steak and beef New York strip steak. Plus, check out sales on sustainable wild-caught Alaska sockeye salmon, organic strawberries, and more. In a hurry? Choose grab-and-go favorites like picnic salads and sushi, plus plenty of cooler-friendly beverages. Make it a hot grill summer at Whole Foods Market.
We want your honest opinion. Does this sound fair to you? Save 38 cents on a complete Whamburger lunch at Chicken Unlimited. A hefty burger with fries, slaw, beverage, and apple puff, all for 89 cents. That's 38 cents less than menu price. Think that's a good deal? Come on in and enjoy it. At Chicken Unlimited, we're not happy until you are. Save 38 cents on a complete Whamburger lunch this Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Okay, everyone, I am back. I hope you enjoyed the commercial for Chicken Unlimited from 1971. So, I can go for some chicken right now. But no, it's too early. Fried chicken is delicious. Okay, so that's it for this show. I'll do a recap of what I talk about. I talk about the radio disc jockey Yvonne Daniels, who was on the radio station WSDM, and then moved over to WLS, and then she moved to WNUA and in Chicago. And also I talk about the Chicken Unlimited restaurant that was located on East 111th Street and South Michigan Avenue in the Roseland neighborhood. This podcast will be published later on today, wherever apps are available, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Breaker, Overcast, Just when you tap out on the app and you want to listen, just click follow. You get a notification. And you can also listen to previous episodes if you wish. Also, it'll be on my blog, www.vanishchicagoland.blog. It'll be there. You click on that. It'll take you right to the podcast. Also, it'll also be on my YouTube channel. Again, people ask me, where is your podcast? Where's your podcast? Where do I find it? It's on YouTube. You type in the search engine, Vanish Chicagoland Stories, or my name, Pete Costanas. You'll find it there. Click subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. You can listen to previous episodes if you wish. Anywhere on your tablet, on your desktop, your phone, anywhere. Any device like that. Also be sure on my social media accounts, Facebook, X, LinkedIn, Reddit, Blue Sky, Threads, and also TikTok. Got them all. Okay, so I'll probably do another show tomorrow. I probably will. I have to think about what I'll discuss. Give me some time, and we'll see. Okay. So this is Pete Costanas, your host of Vanish Chicagoland Stories, the podcast. Thank you for joining me. Today's a lovely day. It's not that hot. Tomorrow will be. So just enjoy the rest of your weekend. And here's bye-bye for me. And here's a little traveling music from Ray Rayner saying bye, bye, bye. Take care, everyone, and so long.
We have to go. Bye, bye, bye.